Okay, we're live. So the idea is that we are going to try to grow some trees today, some pepper in this particular case. Are you seeing Code Sandbox? No, still?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So Code Sandbox, one really cool thing that it has is that it has tons of templates to start. Obviously, the basic React and Vue and Angular. But if you check out the whole thing, all the templates, you can see a lot of like from client templates, or directly Dojo, for example, React, and container templates. If you want to try something like Apollo or things like this, it's really cool that you can already have something working. And in this case, we are going to go to use Svelte. The idea is that is now like, I don't know, let's use that everybody liked it last talk, so we can use this one. We can see now it's working, there is a button and it's doing something. So let's go to here and modify something and let's see if it's working correctly. So, okay, this is working and we can, let's share it like this. I don't want to share it like this. Fork, we can fork it directly. Okay, late violet. And I will put this one in Slack. So if somebody, like supposedly when I'm like saving, it should be saving over the same one. So if you want to play while we are doing something, like you can do it. And the idea is that instead of a button, we are going to grow a plant. So let's do that. For that, we need a plant component. We don't have any, so let's create new file, plant.svelte. And one cool thing about Svelte is that if you like a fragment of HTML is a valid component. So directly, if I put here like a plant, I go to the app and I will import the plant from, so I bring the component here in my script and we can already like show it in the main, and let's go for it. And I have like hello here, so the component is showing. We can like remove this style, like at this moment we are not going to need it. It's just right there. So what we're going to try to do is to, like this, we can delete it already. Okay. So for creating the plant, this is like, we have to design like what kind of plant we are going to do. We are going to use SVG to draw the plant in the screen. We could do it with HTML5 canvas, for example, and in case that we really need performance, like we saw in other talks, like it's a really good option. In this case, like we want to play also maybe adding like animations or like being able to grab something directly in the plant. So it's cool that we have all the components separate. So we will go for using SVG. And let's say that our plant in the beginning is something like quite simple. Let's say that we have let's say a plant shape that is only like, we only have a like height of, let's say 100. So this is the only thing that we have right now. And we are going to like give this plant shape to the plant. I'm going to say that the plant, passing it as props. How Svelte work with props is that we directly define in the script tag that we can define here. If we define like in a Sporx statement that there is a variable that's called shape, that already counts that you're defining a prop for this component. So if we go here and like we say, should be directly like hello and shape rotate. We should be able to, let's see if we see something. I don't know if it works like that. Sometimes Svelte is not properly reloading, so I have to give like the reload by hand instead of, that is a little bit not good. So directly, this is quite nice that there is some errors. Okay.
I think you have an error in the index. You
In the
define
index?
the outside the script.
Yeah, you have created the object outside the script tag.
Uh-huh. Thank you so much. It's good that I give you the thing. Okay. So let's see. Okay, hello 100. So now we have like it's properly in the script tag, thank you. And we are passing the component the plan shape. So instead of a paragraph, let's do directly as an SVG. So we're going to directly create an SVG. And let's start with a view box of 0, 0, 1000, 1000. And inside this view box, like we can start drawing at least like a circle to start seeing something. Let's put the circle in like a radius of let's say 10, and CX like 0 or 100, 100 also too. So we see it in the middle. Okay. So if we see like we have defined the view box. This is not the viewport. The viewport of the SVG, we can define it later with SVG with CSS, or we can define it as here. And like as usual, like say like this full SVG is going to be like in this particular like I don't know 100 100 or 10 10. What we're defining with the view box is what like all the units here are going to be referring to. Like all the units here are going to be between like 0 0. This is the start, and this is the size of the view box, and 1000 1000. And one thing that happened is that like let's do a path. So let's go for move from 0 0. Let's say to 1000 0. I will have a path too somewhere. I have to put a line. So I only move. Okay. Just copy a path that I have here, that is, so we don't lose time. I think I already didn't even give the stroke, so we were not seeing anything because of that probably. So what I'm drawing here is like a cross between like -500 and 0 to 500 zeros and minus 200 to 800. I want to draw like the axis. And one thing that happened is that if you see the 0 0 is in the upper corner, and when we put our circle in 100 100, it's go like down, because the units in SVG, as Alfonso, I think one of his talk was talking about that, they go they start at the top and they go down, and this is quite difficult to follow if you try to like think that I want to create, for example, a plant, and I want to start with 0 and I want to grow it up like things. Or when you do visualization, it's exactly the same thing that happened. Like you have all the positive values, and always like the axis start like down and go up for the positive values. So one thing that we can do to try to like fix this is to directly use SVG transformation. And we're going to do a group with everything and do a transform here. And we are going to go for a scale of 1 minus 1. So what this is doing is, let's see, now it's going to put things anywhere, because basically we have transformed with this view box, and we have scaled it like completely, flip it, mirror vertically, but all the units are, our view box is not right at this moment. To fix it, we are going to put like minus 500, minus 800. Let's see if now we're going to see it more or less correctly. So let's see. Okay, so what we did there is that now we can, let's do a rectangle that is going to go from minus 500, minus 200, with a width of 1000 and a height of 1002. Okay, so, and let's put fill none. Okay, and we can stroke something. Sure. Rotate. Okay. Okay, so now we have this this gray box here around it, and this is basically like we're drawing a rect in all the view box. Like the view box is 1000 units and 1000 units. We are drawing that rect, this one directly, that is covering the full view box. And this circle that now is in 100, 100 is properly now, this is the 0, and it's going up to the first quadrant like we wanted. And this, like the particular thing that is quite difficult to get is why these units, the minus 500 that they start, you want to start with minus 500 is easy, but the minus 800, this one you will want to put something like minus 200 or something like that to say like I want to start here and go 1000 up. But because this this minus 1 like is mirroring, like it's, you have to do some like counts there to be able to put it. Later we can see it, like now it's not that important. But the idea is that once we have this viewport like this, everything that we are going to do inside here, now it's like properly matching like our expectation. Like we can directly start here with 0, 0. And if we want to grow the plant with height 100 like we wanted, we can go directly up and do it. So basically we are going to do that. Let's create a new file, and we're going to call it like a branch.svelte. And in the branch, we are going to we are going to use this branch inside the SVG, so we can already do like groups and path and whatever we want. And so what we're going to do at the beginning is we are going to do a path. And at the beginning, let's just try to go from like move to from 0, 0 to, let's see there. Let's say line of 0 in X, 100 in Y. And let's also stroke with dark green. And stroke with let's say that right now, let's say 4.
And Matthias,
So,
Matthias, you can show the other screen where you have everything written down before. No, I'm joking, sorry. If not, I'm very impressed.
No, I can show you later the full screen. But I have some more things, because if not, it's going to be too slow. So here, let's say like we have this branch, and let's grab it directly from the plant. So we're going to import the branch from the branch. That is that. Okay, and let's use it. So we're going to put the branch here, and let's see if it's drawing something. So here it's already drawing. So maybe we can try to put this 0.5. So we have our first tree, and that is the pepper tree, and that's it. We are done. So let's do the same. Like now we can say like in the branch is going to receive. Let's do a script, and from here let's say that we're going to have a shape for the branch also, and so let's pass it in the plant. We can say branch shape equals shape. That is the one. This fair branch is the same as the plant, and as well has these niceties that you can, if the name is the same, like what we do with the shorthand notation in JavaScript. Well, for objects, we can directly say this, and it's going to work. So if the property name is the same as usual, it's the same thing that happened with the shorthand notation. This is really nice and clean how it works. And so directly in the branch, we can grab, for example, here, and let's say one thing that has as well is that it has this, it's called like reactive commands or computed commands. So it uses labels. That is a feature of JavaScript that nobody uses right now, and to instrument. So it's a compiler as well. So if I put here like there is a height that is equal to shape.height, for example, this will grab the height every time that the shape changed, and I can use directly the height. And this is reactive. Like anywhere that I change the shape is going to react. So I can get here, for example, in the D, and let's say that we are going to put here that instead of 100, we are going to pass the height of the plant. Let's see if that makes sense. So if we stop again.
Missing the dollar sign.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. So the thing about Svelte is like, yeah, here we are using like JavaScript when we are using the notation, like exactly the same as JSX. And so now if in our app we start to like have something like 120 or 150, the plant should grow. So that's cool. So let's do that now. So let's have a function that's called grow, that it will take a shape, and it will give us a new shape with the plant growing. So in this case, we are going to return like a new plant that has a height that is shape.height, let's say like plus 20. So in the main, let's do like a div, and we are going to grab And here Svelte has also like, it's the way it uses. So you can do an on click. And here we can pass a function. The autocomplete is doing. So we're going to say like the plant shape is equal to grow the plant shape. Okay. So let's see what happened.
Line 17. You have an
What?
extra V.
Where?
On line 17. Plant is misspelled.
Okay, thank you. How about V? Arrived there. Okay, so now we have this, and if I click, there's nothing is happening.
Why you can override the cons?
The what?
The cons.
Thank you so much. Let's try again. Thank you. Oh, that's awesome. Now the plant is growing, and it's not doing much. So let's do something else. Let's say that the plant it has a height, but it's actually like the shape is the first branch, and there in that point is going to branch out with a left and a right, and there is going to be other branches there. So we're going to say that at the beginning we have left null and right is null also. And so till now, nothing is going to happen, but we are going to say that the left branch is going to be like, let's grow that one, and the right branch, let's grow that one. Okay, so now we're growing this, but now it can be that we are getting a null here. So let's do like, if we actually have a proper branch at this point, we can grow it, and if not, let's directly branch out from there. So we can return from there like a new plant shape that, let's say, that is going to be like this, or left is null and right is null, and let's say that the branch are smaller at the beginning. So this is now going to be our model, that like the plant is going to grow up, and if there is a left or right, we have to continue to grow it. So and this is like a recursive function, and it's properly going to end because like we are checking. Now we can go to the branch and actually like do something for doing like draw that also. So here we are going to have like a left and a right now, and the shape, and Svelte has the way that it does like conditionals is what a proper template notation. It's not like Vue that uses directive like if. Here you have to actually say, shit, I cannot put the, watch out, my keyword is not right. Where is that symbol? Okay, so that is the if. So this is the way you do ifs in Svelte. And basically what you do is like, let's say like if there is a shape left, we are going to draw there the branch again. It's the same way that we did the growing. So how we do this in Svelte, there is a component, like I don't know how to call it, that is basically called Svelte self. Like what we wanted to do is directly call a branch component here, but you cannot name the same component in Svelte. So they use this notation, Svelte self. It would be nicer if we could just write branch here. And we're going to give the shape, is going to be shape dot left. Okay, so We can close this, and let's do the same for the right. Then right, so right. And the problem now is that like what is basically doing, like if we go again, like we start to grow, and it starts to grow, and if you see down there, it's starting to get like darker, and that is darker because it is growing and it's getting more things, but it's basically putting everything there, all the branches there. So what we can do, like something that helps a lot, is like the branch, the model that we had for our branch, that it starts in 0, 0 and go up, is quite nice to think about how to draw it. And what we can do is to transform all the space so that all the branches can directly start like with that thinking. And you don't need to start doing like math directly here saying like, okay, the next branch is going to, we need to move it to here and then like move it here, and but it's rotated, so I have to multiply this for a matrix, and it just start to be like computing the path start to be harder. So what we can do is, instead of that, we can directly add a group and directly transform everything. So let's transform, and we are going to here, we are going to move to, let's say where, to 0 and height. Okay. So there, what we did is to move to the end of the path that we drew before. So wait a minute, that I did. This is a translate, this is a transform. We're not moving anything. So there it is. So we are doing a transform, that is a translate to this point. And from there, we are going to draw. And the left shape, like if we want to draw it, we are going to have to like, let's rotate it to the left so we can actually see it. So we are going to do another group here, and let's rotate, transform. So here we can rotate to the left, let's say 30. One nice thing about like what we did with the inversion is that if we can think of rotation as in math, no, like this is 0 and we rotate 90 degrees, we're going to get here, 180 degrees, we're going to get here. So it's normally if you don't rotate, it's the other way around. So this is going to be the first rotation, and here there is going to be another one. Okay, so and let's go like something like -20 for the other one. So if we do this, there are console logs issues. Parse error -G here. Okay, awesome. So there we have growing plant already doing some stuff. It's not that bad. So every time that we click,
everybody can say, "Whoa!"
Ooh, growing plant.
Wow.
So this will be like the basic for our plant. One thing that nice thing that we can do is to get to the, let's go to the app, and instead of only the height, we can have like a diameter. So let's start with a diameter of 2, and when we are growing, like here also diameter 2. So when we are growing, we are going also to grow the shade of diameter. Okay, and let's say like with 2 more. And And what we can do with this is in the branch, the stroke width, instead of directly being like this, it can be, let's put the diameter there. Okay. So this stroke width can be the diameter like this. Okay. So we have that one. And now when it starts to grow, it starts to look more like a plant. I think it's not, maybe if we grow more, we're going to start to see it.
It should be brown, but
what?
It should be brown, but we can.
It should be brown. This is like a particular plant. Actually, it totally broke out, no?
I see.
Okay. That's we did too many things. So let's do something else quickly. Like we can try to add leaves to each. So let's do that. Like let's create a new component. Let's go new file. Let's put leaf.svelte. And in this one in particular, I have so here there's a cool site. Let's say where it is. So this one, the noun project that Agustin or Mariana, or I don't know who gave to me, where you can have a lot of clip art, and you only have to mention. Like normally they give it for free, like all of them, like if you mention from who they are. And basically, like let's say that we have a leaf here. I got the leaf from there, and so let's grab that leaf, and we can put it in the component here. So okay, this is leaf, and let's grab it in our branch. Import it, the leaf. That. So we're going to have a leaf, and let's just draw it at this point. Let's put it after we translate. So it's going to put it, but at the beginning, let's put it in here in before translate, so we see where actually the leaf is, because when we got the path can be anywhere. So here you can see like it is actually at this particular point here, and this is something that we discussed yesterday with Mariana, that is quite nice to like edit the SVG that you get, like the path, so you actually place them in a position that is easy to manage. For example, like for the leaf for us, like if we start rotating this leaf, is going to be right now rotating it like in 0, 0. Here is the 0 for the leaf. And if we want to position it, it's also going to be a mess, like to rotate it, to position, if it's, or to scale it, if it's not properly placed where we want it. So there is usually like a pin or a point that you want to, like that is important for you, that you want to rotate around a pipe pivot. So in our case, like we will like this to be the place that is in 0, 0, because like that we can rotate it and scale it, and it's going to do everything around 0, 0. So for doing that, let's put a group here. So, and in this case, it's quite easy. We don't have to do anything like strange about scaling or like rotating. And we can just put it like a translate of, let's say, minus, wait, transform and translate equal 0, and 100. Let's do like that. So in that particular case, it's going to the other way, so we don't want that. So let's see if we put 150 there. So it's properly placed. Like if we do this translate, and we can directly like use this as to work with. Like for example, like we could add this translate in our leaf here, like this transform here. But we are forcing the translation every time. So one thing that we can do is like, for example, like this actually had a translate here that was particular, that one. That explains why there was the 150. But imagine that it will be in another place. This is the one that was already done. And what I showed to Mariana yesterday is that if there is this tool from Shake Archival that is SVG Oh My Go, that you can like paste the markup. It has to be proper markup. So like we have to get like the full thing. This one in particular, it has a transform there. You can see there. So if you paste it there, here, you're going to see like the leaf there. And you have a lot of options to remove and optimize the SVG. And like things like what Juan Cruz at one point did with the maps, that was like really, really cool for PayPal. So you can change the precision here. And this like affected a lot the performance. And you can also, like if you rewrite the path that is by default here, you can see in the markup that is going to remove the transform. So that's also like impacting the performance, because you don't need to worry about that. So let's say like, so let's go back where we are here. So let's say that we have our leaf and it's properly placed. Like this. Let's go to our branch, and we don't need to translate anything here. So we have it there, that it is placed correctly. So what we are going to do is like to place two leaves at the end of each shape. So here, and let's do a transform in each of them. To transform, and we are going to, let's say that rotate -40, and so like that. And rotate 40 like this. So we have the two leaves there. That will be one option. And let's see, it's going to be like quite big, so we can scale it quite a bit down. Let's say like 0.2. And this will, like all the scale and the rotate will properly work because it's doing everything around 0. And this is the point of 0 will remain. If not, the rotation will like leave, put the leaf anywhere in the screen. And you will have to actually pass the rotation a second parameter with what is the pivot. But for the scale, you don't have that second parameter, so it starts to be quite hard. So in this case, we have like the two leaves there. And if we start to grow it, it starts to grow and start to be a little bit more, let's say, like pretty. And one thing that that we can do, for example, is that let me grab an animation directly here. So if let's put a style tag, and in the style tag we have this wave class that is defining an animation that is the wind, and let's say like 5 seconds. We are going to do it all the time, and we are adding a transform of 2 degrees. This transform is like, you have to include the 2 degrees because it's a CSS transform, And then we are like here we are using the wind animation or like the keyframes. And we are saying like at 40%, like you have to be in 2 degrees. So this basically what it's doing is going from -2 degrees to 2 degrees and back and go and like this all the time. So what we can do with this is that, for example, like we could wrap everything, all these, all our branch in a new group with, let's pass this wave class. Okay, so let's see if that work it. So now it's windy order. And this is the kind of thing that you can do with like SVG and components that because all of them are proper DOM elements, you can start to animate everything, or you can start to make everything interactive at directly at the component level. And I think that we are going too far. Like we should add the fruits also, but for that we can, as Yao said, let's go to one that is already done, that already have prepared. Just to show like a few more things. So here it's exactly the same thing that we did from scratch. Everything is a little bit like it has a component folder there, like, and there is a pot that is in 0.0 also. So we have the proper pan, and there is a fruit also. So we will have, in this case, like the peppers. So when we start to click, it starts to grow, and there will be like little peppers that are growing also. And in this one in particular, like if you see the branch, here we are defining a little bit like more like things. For example, like the scale of the leaf depends on the diameter. So the leaf that are in the branches like up there are smaller, like because the one that are on the bottom, they grow before that. And also like the fruit scale is also depend on that. And if you see, for example, like in the upswell, instead of the, like we are doing something like, instead of always branching out, we can only branch like if like 30% of the time, for example. And that will give like a more like realistic thing, like we are not like branching all the time, like, and every time we are getting something different. And also like, I don't know, if there is a fruit or not also depend randomly. And also like we can decide that things are going to grow, but as we move like level up, they're going to grow less, because like here we are passing like the level, we are inside the branches, so we can use that to change how it grows. And another thing that here like is interesting, like in the one that we did, all the path here, like if you see our leaf, this path, if you go to, let's go to here, some more tools, developer tools. So if we go to the SVG, this is interesting also, like you can draw something like this, like generate something and then like use it, like.
We lost Matthias.
Here in particular, like all the, hello?
We can hear you now.
Okay, sorry. So like I was saying that that all the paths are repeated, like because we are directly grabbing that path and putting it everywhere, like all the components are placing it. And so what we can do is something that Mariana showed in his presentation also, that you can like use definitions. So in this particular one, we have the clip arts as components. And in the main plant, we have a section that is the definition sections. So, and here we are copying all that path with an ID. So then, like for example, like the leaf clip part is going to be with an ID leaf in that definition. So in our leaf, we are only going to use that one. So it's the same thing that we can rotate everything, but instead of using the full path, we just use the definition. So if we go to the code here, you're going to see that like the SVG is a lot smaller. You can have like a lot tons more like leaves, and it's not going to choke the, or like have a massive amount of like file size if you copy it. So basically that was it.
At the end, it's a fractal, what you're doing with the tree?
Yeah,
because
I think
repeating
it's
the same pattern.
Yeah, it's kind of a fractal because like all the, like if you start from any point is another plant. Like I can go here and remove the rotation and it's the same. Like we can put the pot here and over here or here and it will be the same.
Very nice. Thank you.
Yeah. You have any other questions?
We have a big whoa. Whoa.
Amazing.
Yes. Congratulations. It's a super nice talk. Thank you very much. At least from my side, thank you very much.
It's nice what you can do with SVGs, and like I think that like in this case, like it really show off also like a Svelte about how easy it is to like compose, for example, like SVGs with Svelte, because there is zero noise. Like all these things, like if we will use React, like there will be like we have to define a function for this and start to like it's still React is quite good, like in signal to noise ratio, but this is amazing that a fragment of an SVG is already a proper component, and you can start to grow from there. Is quite nice to work with. Okay, like if there isn't any other question, like we can continue in Slack directly.
No, thanks for the talk, Matthias. I think it has been great, at least for me. Let's try. Well, let's think how we can take advantage of this kind of talks, because I think it's been super amazing. Thank you very much.
Okay, see you all then next week.
Thanks, Matthias.
Thank you, Matthias.
Thank you.
Nice work.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.